morning, and welcome to the virtual Greater Boston Church of Spiritism on this Memorial Day weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. A little later in our service, we will have a tribute to all of those who have passed to the world of spirit. But now let us come together as a community in our opening prayer. Infinite Spirit, beloved God, we ask that you fill us with your light and your love. Open our hearts, open our minds to your presence, and help us to remember who we are. And wash away our sadness and our grief. Bring your comfort around all of us, especially those who have lost people during this horrible time of illness. We ask that you be with us today in our service, that you bring our loved ones close so that we may all know and understand that life and love continues into eternity. We ask special blessings upon all who have worked in service in any way within our world. May they be blessed and may they be surrounded by comfort and love. We give thanks for your presence within us and around us as we say, Amen. And today I'm going to begin our service with a reading from a hymnal called The Higher Duty. Not for the profit you alone may gain, nor for the peace that hopefulness ensures, not for the freedom from the useless pain that he who nurses spitefulness endures, not merely for the sake of being free from profitless regret and needless care, not merely for the joy that there may be in spurning sorrows that you need not bear, but for the sake of those who come and go, day after day within your little sphere. Forget the fancied ill, the needless woe, and speak the helpful, hearty words of cheer. And now we will have our healing prayer, and the words will appear on the screen before you, so please join me as we prepare for our healing meditation with our healing prayer. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstruction from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. And now it's time for our healing meditation, a time where we can just relax and let go of all the stress, all the worry, all the fear that may be around us at this time. And let's just settle into this sacred moment, letting go of the past, letting go of the future, and allow yourself to be present in this moment of now and focus on your breath. Just close your eyes and allow yourself to be here now, breathing in and breathing out, allowing that breath to relax you. Nice, slow, deep breaths, breathing in and gently breathing out, releasing all the stress you may have been carrying. And just allow yourself to be present right here, right now, with your breath, breathing and allowing that light and love of God that is never apart from you to flow in with that breath. Feel it filling your body. Feel it filling your mind. Feel it surrounding you with light and love, helping you to come into who you truly are, and knowing that you are spirit, that you are loved, and that you are never alone. Just breathe and allow your breath to carry you into a place of peace, a place of relaxation. And as you breathe, just begin to breathe into your heart, feeling your heart opening with every breath, opening and expanding the love that you hold within. And feel the love of the divine present within that heart, merging with your own. And as you do, feel your heart opening and expanding. And feel yourself becoming larger and larger, more and more light, as your auric field expands with love and you radiate that out into the world from wherever you are. Just breathe and be in the presence of you and your magnificent love as you are united and blended with that divine source that is always there, that never leaves you. Bring your awareness to that presence that is guiding you and leading you and lifting you into a place of pure peace where you can rest, where you can be at ease. And imagine now a beautiful light just above you. As you continue to breathe and expand, move into that light and allow that light to carry you higher and higher above the physical plane of existence. Moving into that spiritual realm where you can be at ease, where you can remember who you are, where you know that you are loved beyond measure. As you move into this place of peace, imagine yourself now sitting in a beautiful garden, so large, so beautiful, so inviting, every color and beyond. And just look around at that beautiful garden and see that every single flower is receiving what it needs to bloom and to thrive. Every single flower has an angel whispering to grow, helping each petal to expand and open. And as you watch as the radiant rays of God's love shine down upon these flowers, bringing each one exactly what it needs, you realize you also are a flower in God's garden, and you are receiving exactly what you need in this moment. Breathe it in, take it in, allow that love to enfold you, and to remind you that with you also is an angel whispering words of encouragement, helping you to grow and thrive in this life, in this world. Just breathe and feel yourself receiving everything you need, feeling the comfort and the peace that you need right now. Feel the beauty of your own soul rising and flowing out from you so that you may share your essence with every other flower in the garden, as every other shares their essence with you. And as you sit emanating love and light and radiating peace, look across that beautiful garden and see another garden coming into view. And in that garden you can see all of your loved ones gathered in their garden where they are receiving everything they need to be at peace, to be fulfilled, to remember who they are as spiritual beings. See them gazing across the garden at you with joy, with excitement, for they are remembering that we can never be separate, just as we are remembering that as we feel their love flowing across the garden and reaching our heart. And we feel our love flowing across our garden and reaching theirs. For in this moment of perfect peace, in this moment of divine connection, we are all one. There is no separation. And we can enjoy the love that we each hold for each other. And as we come into this beautiful vibration of pure love, we feel that love radiating out, and we see it flowing down to our world, to all those who are suffering, to all those lost in pain and grief. We see this healing light flowing out to everyone who is struggling to continue on in the journey of life. And we see this light filling our planet, bringing to our world everything it needs to be restored, to be renewed, filling every being with a knowing that all is well, that this too will pass, filling everyone with the patience to move slowly and gently as we begin to reopen our world. Breathe deeply now and feel the peace that is flowing from your loved ones, from the divine, and from within yourself. And know that you have what you need within you to move slowly back into the world, maintaining a level of safety and peace, but released from any fear, from any worry. Allow that to be washed away and just be at peace in this place of unity and connection to all that is. And let us together hold the vision of our world healed, where the virus is gone and each soul is standing in unity with every other, helping one another, creating peace and harmony in every moment of their lives. For this is the duty that is ours, to do our part, to share the peace that we feel in this moment, to share the love that we have within us, with every being, as the rays of the sun shine down upon everyone, so also our love flows out into the world, leaving out no one, for we all need love. We all need kindness. We all need peace. Let us hold this vision as we sit in this perfect, peaceful place and allow ourselves to choose to do our part to create this vision with every thought, with every word, with every action we take, for we are all part of each other, and we all together create a beautiful and peaceful, healthy world. Take a nice deep breath and feel your angels whispering to you words of inspiration, words of love, helping you to know that you have all that you need within you to rise and shine and be all that you were created to be. And feel yourself gently moving back to the room, bringing with you all that love, all that light, and staying in that wonderful connection, remembering there is no separation. We are all one in the light and the love of God. So breathe deeply as you bring yourself gently back to the room, feeling the chair beneath you, the clothes upon your body. And as you open your eyes, just smile and share that love and radiate that light and that joy out wherever you are, and know it will fill your home and flow out from there to wherever it is needed. And if we're all back feeling wonderful, I hope, let us together say a declaration of principles. In spiritualism, we have no rules or regulations, no dogmas or creeds, but we do have a set of principles that help us to live our lives in the best possible way, living with conscious awareness. And please read them with me as the words will appear on the screen below. We believe in infinite spirit and that God is infinite spirit. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite spirit. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that the communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule, Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that they make their own happiness or unhappiness as they obey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. And we affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. So, in place of our sermon today, we will be presenting a memorial tribute to all of those who have gone before us. We will be remembering everyone who has passed. So, please settle in and relax, and I will begin. America has always been known as the home of the brave, where someone is willing to give their life so that others may be saved. So today we honor our veterans and soldiers who continue to stand for our welfare and safety. So many today are putting themselves in harm's way to help those affected by the virus, and many have given their lives for our cause. We honor them today with a poem called Memorial Day, the Ultimate Sacrifice. We set aside Memorial Day each and every year to honor those who gave their lives, defending what we hold dear. In all the dark and deadly wars, their graves prove and remind our brave Americans gave their all to put danger far behind. They made the ultimate sacrifice, fighting for the American way. We admire them and respect them today and every day. We honor all people in service, the firemen, policemen, EMTs, medical personnel, all those who lost their lives. And we also remember those who continue the fight each and every day. We honor them for their courage as they stood for what is right, to help and aid in every circumstance, regardless of the dangers to themselves. A quote by Kim Fitzsimmons sums it up this way: "My courage does not roar, it whispers in my heart. It makes me dig deeper and find it in my soul to fight on." These are heroes that can touch a heart and leave an everlasting mark. These are the heroes who inspire each and every one of us to find the courage within our hearts and do our part to create safety for all. Mary Ann Radmacher helps us to remember that courage lives within each and every one of us. With these words, my courage does not always roar. Sometimes it is the quiet voice at the end of the day whispering, I will try again tomorrow. We remember our doctors, our nurses, our scientists racing for a cure with an excerpt from a poem written by Matt Kelly. We sent them to war with one simple task, to show us the way, to lead and inspire us, to protect us from harm and fight off the virus. It couldn't be stopped by our bulletproof vests. An invisible enemy invaded our chests. So we called on our weapon, our soldiers in blue. All doctors and nurses, our country needs you. We clapped in the streets, hearts bursting with pride as they went off to war while we stayed inside. We struggled at first in the lack of supplies, but they stared down the virus with the whites of their eyes. They leaped from the trenches and didn't think twice. Some didn't come back and paid the ultimate price. So tired, so weary, yet still they fought on. The many of us owe so much to so few, the brave and the bold, the heroes in blue. So let's line the streets and remember our debt. We love you, our heroes, lest we forget. And so we honor the heroes of COVID-19. Although some never adorn a uniform, we honor the grocery workers, the truckers, the delivery people, the manufacturers and creators of the goods that the world has needed. We honor their families who have stood with them courageously. For what is courage? What defines a courageous act? It is said that the brave and cowardly person are both fearful. However, it is the brave one who faces his fear and does what needs to be done. All of these people who have worked in service are doing what needs to be done each and every day, and many of them have succumbed to this virus. So we honor them today. And we remember our postal workers with their motto, neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. We find in all who serve courage, bravery, and resilience that inspires us all. On this Memorial Day, we take time to honor those who have lost their lives to this virus. In the U.S., over 100,000 people have succumbed to this virus, and worldwide, over 316,000. In Massachusetts alone, we have lost 6,000 people. An angel took each one by the hand and guided each one home. We honor all of these souls today. These are the martyrs who are teaching us with their lives that we must live in a better way. We must care for and protect each other, each doing our part to create safety for all. Do not let their deaths be in vain. Honor them by how you live. As we remember them, we can hear them say, "Speak of me as you have always done." Remember the good times, the laughter and the fun. Share the happy memories we've made. Do not let them wither or fade. I'll be with you in the summer's sun, and when the winter's chill has come, I'll be the voice that whispers in the breeze, "I'm peaceful now, put your mind at ease." I've rested my eyes and gone to sleep, but memories we've shared are yours to keep. Sometimes our final days may be a test, but remember me when I was at my best. Although things may not be the same, don't be afraid to use my name. Let your sorrow last for just a while. Comfort each other, try to smile. I've lived a life filled with joy and fun. Live on now, make me proud of what you will become. As we remember them, we remember all of our loved ones who have moved on to the higher side of life. Let us now have a moment of silence, remembering all who have gone before us. Think of them as they lived, what they loved, how they laughed, and know they live on in your hearts. So we honor all of our loved ones. I hope you've all felt them draw near in that ceremony and with that beautiful song as we've honored all of our loved ones. And now it's time to welcome them in with our message portion of our service. And so, as usual, I'm going to open to the world to spirit. I'm going to give you exactly what I'm receiving. And I hope that you recognize the evidence of these beautiful souls who want to connect to you. Remember, I don't know who's out there in either world, but I know that the spirit world knows who's watching. So I'm going to open up and just deliver whatever it is they're bringing. And as a reminder, if you recognize these loved ones, we'd love to hear from you. We love to get the emails so that we know we're truly making a connection. So I'm just going to open up and see who's here from the world to spirit today. I know there's many, many who are gathering here, who are bringing their love through. But I want to bring a gentleman who's coming in. I feel like he's someone's brother as he comes in because he comes right to the side. And I feel like he would have had, I don't feel like his hair is too long. It feels really close to his head, like he would have combed it very neatly. And I feel like he's an older gentleman right now. I feel like he may be in his late 50s, 60s is the age that he's showing me himself. And I feel like as a younger man, he would have been very meticulous and how he put himself together. I feel like he would have had very neat clothing and well-shaven and neat haircut. But I feel like as he got older, he's giving me some sense of not realizing true reality. I don't know whether he's had some senility or some imbalance chemically, but I feel like he needed care at the end of his life, so I don't feel like he was in a home setting. I feel like he was in a more of an institutional setting where he got the care that he needed. And I feel like I'm seeing brother and sister coming in to visit and bringing him things and trying to uplift him. And as he's coming in, he's letting me know that he was aware, very much aware of the people coming in to care for him and to love him. And I feel like some days he was positive and was there for you, and other days he wasn't quite all there. And he's apologizing for that, but he wants you to know that his soul knew you were there. His soul recognized the love that you shared. And I feel like he understands that he was difficult. He's showing me himself as being difficult in the last few years of his life, that he was a little bit hard to manage. And he understands that that was difficult on you. He said, I was at some points oblivious to how difficult he was, but I feel like he's apologizing as he comes in. But he's also saying, you know, that was part of my journey, part of what I had to learn in life. He's saying I had to go through different stages of, I feel like there was mental illness is what he's giving me. I had to go through different stages of that because it taught my soul a different level of compassion. It taught my soul and my family how to hold compassion and kindness even when things are tough. Sometimes he wasn't that lovable, he says. And he said, but you loved him anyway. And for that, he's so very grateful. And he wants to bring all of his love around you. There's especially a sister that he's got his arm around. And he's saying, I know how much you cared, and I know how much you prayed for me. And I know that you still pray for me now. And I feel like his brother used to come and would be very matter of fact, and he kind of had to look at things in black and white and wasn't always understanding what was going on with his brother. But I feel like he knew how much you cared. He knew how much you gave of yourself to step out of your life and take time for him when he didn't always show gratitude at your visits. So I feel like he's saying, don't worry about me anymore because I'm at peace. I'm fine. This was the right time for me to go. I do feel like it's a recent passing, and I feel like he's part of that whole group that passed with the COVID-19 passing. I feel like they're showing me all of the souls who went over, even if they weren't from the virus, they're all part of a whole huge group that was entering the spirit world together. And there was great joy in welcoming them because they were all providing a service to humanity, to open the hearts and compassion and love, to open our hearts with comfort and peace for each other. So I feel like as there's a few of them coming in right now that passed during this specific time, and they're saying there really was a purpose to our journey. And I feel a beautiful woman coming in. I feel like she's very gentle and very kind and very sweet, and I feel like she would have passed in the nursing home. She's got very soft hair and a beautiful smile, and I feel like she would have been one that would have always been active and helping and out there. And it was just this recent months of her life that she wasn't able to get out there and do things. And I feel like was in a nursing home before she passed and contracted the virus there. But she's saying, as the other gentleman, we all had a purpose in our passing. And she said, I was preparing to pass anyway, so it's what carried me across. And she's got this big, beautiful smile on her face saying, it was actually easier that way. And I feel like she's talking to her daughter as she says that. It was easier that way because I could never have left you if you were with me. And she's bringing a heart of love around this beautiful daughter that she has. And she said, as long as you were holding my hand, I would have held on forever. So there was a purpose in me contracting that virus and moving on as I did, because it freed you to be who you are and to know that I'm fine. And she knows that you know that she is perfectly well on the spirit side of life, and she brings that beautiful smile around you. And I feel like she's just wrapping you in a shawl of these beautiful flowers. I feel magnificent white flowers all around you, and I feel like there's a shawl of peace that will continue to be around you, that covers your heart and covers your back. And she says, I'll always be there to bring you love and protection and to let you know that love never leaves you. And I'll always be there. And she's blowing kisses, and I feel like she has a grandchildren, and also a great-grandchild. And I feel like she's talking to her son as well. So I feel like she wants her whole family to know that she's fine in the world of spirit, and this was truly the best way for her to go. And she wants you to release any of that angst that you have in your hearts that you couldn't be with her, because she says, you were with me in the best possible way. So I leave you with her love and her blessings and her magnificent smile and deep, profound peace that she brings to you. I feel like I have another brother who's coming in that belongs to a sister out there. And I feel like he actually is with a brother. This must be Brother Day. He's with another brother in the world of spirit. But I feel rather old as he comes in. I feel like he lived a long life. He in his at least late 70s, early 80s, as he shows himself. But I feel like he would have been a little bit gruff, as I'm feeling his vibration in the way he dealt with people. He feels like a businessman in his life, that he was very matter of fact and kind of commanding in his presence. And I feel like he wasn't that soft and gentle person that he sometimes wished he could have been. He didn't know how to be that. He had to go along with his personality and the way that he showed things. And he wasn't very forgiving, is what he's telling me. And I feel like he would have closed doors on people for periods of time. If he was angry at someone, or he didn't like something someone did, he just would kind of walk away and block them off instead of trying to resolve issues. And I feel like he's coming in to say that was not the best way to be, because if we have to resolve things with people when we don't get along, because if we don't, they'll show up again somewhere else in our life. And I feel like he learned that lesson many times, but didn't really completely get it until he got to the world of spirit. So I feel like I want to stand up straight and tall with him. And I feel like as I'm blending with him, he wants to share the wisdom that he received in life, that even though his gruff ways may have helped him in business, family life was a little bit more difficult. And it was more difficult for him because he didn't open his heart enough to share what was really inside. And he's coming in to apologize for that. And and he's also telling me, and as he got older, he had a lot of different ailments. I'm feeling filled with aches and pains. I also feel like I would have maybe had gout in my toe because my toe is throbbing. And he has different ailments that would have made him a little grouchy, is what he's telling me. These are the ailments that didn't take him across, but you would know about them because he was out front with what was bothering him in that respect. But I feel like he's coming in to talk to his children and also his sister. I feel like his sister's here and loves him very much and tried really hard to help him to be softer, to help him to understand things in a deeper way. And he says, don't worry about it, I get it now. So he says, I've got it, and I will continue to help you, because I feel like as I'm talking to his sister that's here, I feel like she's needing some additional help right now in the seesaw of life. He's showing me the seesaw, that this has gone on long enough, and she needs a break, and she needs some gentleness and some kindness. So I feel like there's energy flowing out from the world of spirit to this beautiful girl. And I feel like as he's sharing this, I feel like a sister is coming in on that energy of love and compassion for her. Because I feel like these sisters were together and very close while this sister in the spirit side was passing. And I feel like as she's coming in, she's bringing me, she's showing me that she would have been religious and had a deep faith within her heart. And she's also showing me these rosary beads, but they're made of little tiny roses. So there's something very specific about these rosary beads that are made out of roses that were very, very special. And I feel like she would have said the rosary, and she would have gone to a specific place to worship. And she's talking about how difficult it was for her when she couldn't get to her place of worship. And she knows how difficult it is for you to not be able to be in that community, because for her, her place of worship was a community for her that she was active in. And she says for you, your community is something you're active in, and she's coming in to let you know that it will be again. Don't worry, hold on. There's more work for you to do, and you'll be there soon enough. But please take care of yourself, because it's not your time to go. You need to stay here and deliver all the beauty in your soul. I feel like most of the family is all coming in together for this girl, and I feel like they're all helping you to be uplifted at this time, that there's a sadness and a loneliness that needs to be washed away, and they're saying just a little more time, just a little more time, and everything will be okay. And there'll be so many more connections that you haven't even dreamed of yet. So know there's really good things coming, that they're trying to say, hold on, hold on, hold on. Things will be better. And I leave you with your whole family's love and blessing as they've all come in together. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, I have two women who are stepping in. They feel, I feel like they're both grandmothers as they come in, and I have one on each side, and I do believe they're coming in together for a particular person here. So I feel like they're both really petite and kind of short, and I feel one would have been from another country, because I feel an accent with her, and I'm not sure that she ever lived in this country. So I feel like the one that lived in this country is sort of bringing her in. But I feel like the two grandmothers are here with me today, and this one, the one that lived in the other country, is, although she speaks another language, she's letting me understand that she was a very quiet, very peaceful, very loving soul. And I do feel like her granddaughter knew her. So I feel like her granddaughter would have been where they lived and then came to this country. And I feel like she's coming in to remind you of the things that she taught you and the things that you did together. I feel like I'm baking something specific, and I don't know if it's some sort of a bread, but there's something specific that was unique to her that she would bake, and I'm trying to curl it as I'm making this. And I feel like she would have been soft-spoken. I feel like she would have been someone who I keep to myself a lot and in my own space, but with the people in my space, I'm very giving and loving and sharing. So I feel like I'm in a smaller space, but I have a lot of people around me, and that's where her interactions were and where she'd like to be sharing with other people. And I feel a gentleness that she comes in with. So I feel like she's trying to bring gentleness and love to this granddaughter that is here, and to let you know that everything is okay. Just keep going one step at a time is what she says. That's what she learned in her life, that you can't race ahead. You have to just take one step at a time. And when you look too far ahead, it can be scary, and you have to just live in the day. And if you take care of today, tomorrow will be better, and the next day, and the next day. And I feel like that's how she needed to live in her life, that everything wasn't always roses. So she said, I just took it one day at a time and kept myself optimistic and upbeat. And I feel like she's very gentle as she brings that to you. And as I'm blending with the other grandmother, I feel like she would have been much more outspoken, and I feel like she would have given instruction. So I feel like she would have been kind of the boss. I feel her being the matriarch, and I'm not sure if it's the same girl's grandmother. I think it's someone else's, because I feel a little bit of separation there. But I feel like this is a grandmother who would have been matter of fact and would have been in charge. She was the matriarch of the family, short but powerful. And I feel like she would have had a whole lot of sons. I feel like there's a whole lot of kids and a whole big family that she looked out over. And I feel like they all tower over her, and she looks up at them and does this. So, and people, every one of them would do exactly what she said. And she's laughing because she said, they all learned from me how to respect their elders. And she said, that was very important. I taught it to my sons, and they taught it to their sons and daughters, and they taught it to theirs. And so I feel like there's many, many generations here that connect to her. And she says she's so proud because she taught them how to respect and honor themselves and everyone else, to be kind and respectful to not just their elders, but to everybody. And she said, and that's what's the most important, is a level of integrity that she's very proud of in her family. And I feel like each and every one of them holds that level of integrity, that she set the bar, and each one reached that bar because it was important, because each one had an important thing to do in their life. So I feel like she's coming in to say, well done, keep it up. The world needs all of you now to stay in your place of honesty and integrity, respect and kindness, and to make sure that every day you do something kind for someone else. That's the most important thing. She said, I always tried to be kind to people. I always tried to go outside of myself. When someone was grieving, I made it a point, no matter how tired I was, to go and hold their hand and say, I'm sorry. And when someone needed a food, I made it a point to go and bring them a dish. I spent my life giving to others because that's what made me happy. That's what fulfilled me. And she's saying that's what everyone needs to do. So I feel like as we all focus on being kind and caring to one another, as everyone does one act of kindness a day, we make a difference and we change our world. And she said it's the mothers today that need to instill that in their children. And the grandmothers today need to be instilling that in their grandchildren and their children, because there's nothing more important. Everyone needs to pull their weight in the world and make it the best it can be. So I feel like this matriarch is coming in with such strength and such power, and she really wants all of you to know this is all you need to do, is be kind. Live from a place of honesty and integrity, and practice one act of kindness every day, and your world will be better. Your world will be different. And that's all we each have to do, is change our world, our little sphere, the world we live in. So she's thanking her children, her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren for how well they're doing in life, and to continue walking that path of kindness. And I leave you with their love and many, many blessings. Before I close, I feel like I have quite a few people here from the world of spirit, and I feel they're all coming in as one big crowd to say, we're all where we need to be. We're in this place of peace. Take the peace that we're giving you and know that we're okay. Be comforted by our love. We're all with you. And I have one particular girl, she has to come through because she's very strong, and I feel like she's coming in a friend vibration. She's coming to touch her friend and say, I'm still here. I feel like she would have been a rather well, not too large, but larger, a lot taller than me. And I feel like she would have had dark hair, and she was very, very funny and very gregarious. I feel like she'd get people going, and I feel like she'd love to be with her family, and she'd love to be with her girls. So I feel like this person that she's touching today is one of her girls, and they shared a lot of memories, a lot of fun, and I'm raising a glass and getting together and laughing and joking and just enjoying. I feel like there's many, many memories of just being together and laughing and having fun. And that's what she wants you to remember to continue to do. She's sending so much love out to her husband, to her son, and to all of her family who are missing her. And I feel like her passing was a great shock and a great sadness to many, many people. But she says, I'm part of this group now. And she's standing very proudly in this large crowd of people that have passed as almost a collective to heal the world. And she says, I'm kind of proud to be with this group because we're making a difference. And I feel like in her, she always wanted to make a difference. She wanted her life to mean something. And I feel like it did in many ways. The things that she did while she was on the earth plane, she made a difference. But she's saying, even my death made a difference. And that makes me proud. So think of me and be proud. Be proud and happy that we spent time together and that I could even make a difference in my passing. And so take her love and her blessings and all the love of the spirit world as they've gathered here to touch you and let you know that life and love continues, that we're all eternal beings, and this journey on earth has a purpose, and it's teaching us all wonderful things, strengthening our souls, helping us to move on into a higher journey of life in eternity. So I leave you with all their blessings and love. Okay, so we thank all of our loved ones for joining us and know that each and every one of you has been touched by the love of Spirit today. And before we close our service, I just have a few announcements. I know some of you may be wondering about the reopening. We will not be reopening our physical space at this time as we feel our building cannot supply the proper protection needed for our congregation. So we will be continuing these services each Sunday through YouTube, and we will be working on adding some weekly Zoom gatherings in June for more messages and from different mediums, and also to offer some healing in a quieter place, I guess, when we are together in a more connected place. So if you are on a website email list, you will receive notification and all the information as we gather. Myself and our board are brainstorming and thinking outside the box for ways to keep us all connected and to serve in the best possible way. So please join our email by going to our website. On the contact page, there's join our email list, and everyone will get a notification with a link when we have a Zoom gathering. We're going to try to have those weekly so that we can keep people connected. And if you have any things, any needs, wants, or desires, you can email me, and that will be on the screen, my email. And also don't forget to let me know if you have understood these wonderful spirit loved ones who have come through. Please continue to send your emails in, and I remind you that our donations are greatly accepted. On our website, you can hit the donate button, and it keeps our church paying the bills so that we can still be able to return to that physical space when the time allows. But it's very important for everyone to stay safe now, to take it slow. Don't rush out and get into crowds because that won't be safe. will take a little bit longer for that to happen. So be patient and know that we put your health before everything else. So we thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to like the page. And thank you so much for joining us each week. Please pass the word to those who might be interested in watching our services. The good thing about YouTube is you can watch them anytime, and you can watch them as many times as you want. So thank you for joining us, and I close our service with a prayer. Infinite Spirit, beloved God, we give thanks to you for the light, the love, and the peace that you've filled us with. Help us to carry that into each and every moment of our lives. Thank you for the blessings that we have felt move out into our world. Continue to surround us all with your protection and your light until we can be together once again. Amen. Thanks for joining. Have a great week and happy Memorial Day. Don't forget to remember your loved ones.